All right, guys, we're back on the channel here. This is Sunday, February 5th, day after the first kayak bass fishing tournament of the year with Queen City at Lake Norman. I admittedly did a terrible job of filming in my first video, so I'm gonna summarize, put a couple short clips, a couple pictures of the fish I caught, and we'll do that here. So first I'm gonna start with practice. So I did make it down Friday to practice for about 3 or 4 hours, and I caught a couple fish. Caught one on a jerkbait and one on a jig. It was extremely windy, so I didn't get to cover much water, but here's a picture of those two fish. Because I had a 2-hour drive, I decided to stay in North Carolina. I stayed about 20 minutes from the ramp. Made it nice. I got a good night of sleep and was able to get up nice and early and get to the ramp early. Quite a few boats, quite a few kayakers at the ramp, but no issues. We were able to get in pretty quickly. Set out, I decided to start where I caught my biggest fish in practice, which was very close to the ramp. I caught that bigger fish on a jerkbait, but as I was going to the spot, I had my live scope on and I saw some fish a little bit deeper, not much deeper. I caught that fish probably in about 6 foot of water in practice. I saw these fish live scoping probably in about 14 or 15 foot of water. So I picked up a little deeper diving jerkbait, threw it in. I caught one right away. I think it was my second cast. I was real happy. I was thinking, well, this day is gonna go great. But here's a little clip of that. Okay guys, I'm hooked up already, about a minute in. I don't know what I got, it doesn't feel that big, but I caught this one on the live scope. Probably measurable, that's all that matters. There we go, let's get the net. We're hooked up early, that's a good sign. Very good sign. Just needs to be 12 inches. Looks like it's probably 12. So I had my first fish on the board. It was 5 minutes in, so I'm super happy. I'm thinking, all right, here we go. 5 minutes in, I got my first fish. It's only 13, but hey, I'm probably gonna catch a ton of fish here. I saw other fish following on the live scope. There was probably 3 or 4 behind them. So I sat in the same spot probably for about a half hour, 45 minutes, maybe a little longer than I should have, trying to get these fish to bite, but they didn't. So around 9 o'clock, I decided to make a move, and honestly, maybe I shouldn't have. So I went to one area of the lake for about 3 hours. I think around noon, I decided, I got to do something different. So I stopped, had a little snack, had a drink, and then went and made my way to another area of the lake. So by the time I got there, I think it took me about a half hour, 45 minutes to get to that area of the lake from where I was. So once I got there, I switched it up. I decided to start fishing docks a little bit. So I was fishing docks and I was seeing fish on the live scope again. And I was just throwing a green pumpkin shaky head. And something told me, the water's a little bit colder. Maybe I should mix it up, try a different color. So I changed the color from just regular green pumpkin to a green pumpkin orange color. And, after throwing it just the green pumpkin, probably for about an hour, hour and a half. So, it's 2:30 now. I put the shaky head with a little bit of orange in it, and second cast, I kept fish number 2. And it's the end of the day. I got 1 hour left. It's been so slow that I forgot to turn the camera on when I caught the fish, but let's get a measurement on him. Okay, so now we have 2 fish. I have a 15 1/4 and a 13, and I know I need something big to happen. I only have an hour and 15 minutes left. So I probably stick around these docks for another 15, 20 minutes and decide to move up to the next creek arm. So by the time I got there, I think I had about 45 minutes left. So I cast around a couple docks and, I'm down to about 20 minutes, I think. And I see this fish sitting off the dock a little bit with the live scope, and I tossed it, same shaky head at it, and I pull out my biggest fish of the day, which is a 16 1/2. I thought I hit record on the GoPro, but obviously I didn't. So here's the photograph of that fish. Okay, so now I'm feeling good. I have 3 fish. I have 10 minutes left. I have a little bit of momentum, so I've caught my 2 best fish in the last hour. I fished hard for the last 10 minutes, but nothing. I didn't catch anything. So overall, it wasn't a bad tournament for me. I've never fished Lake Norman, so I think I finished 50th. Let's put it up here. So 50th place out of 131 is the final result, and I'm happy with it. Obviously I want to catch a limit every tournament, but I'm using this year as a learning experience, and I'm going to continue to fish hard in all these tournaments. And I just want to end by saying thank you to Vinny and all the guys at Queen City who do a great job putting these tournaments together, and I look forward to seeing everybody at the next one.